10 principles that are definitely going to have to be a part of your life if you're going to be successful. And believe me, principles are established laws that are designed to protect and preserve and to guarantee fulfillment of a dream. Number one, you must have a clear guiding vision. If you have no vision, forget success. Now, where does vision come from? Vision comes from purpose. So you might want to put right in brackets next to number one, a clear purpose. Purpose is understanding why you exist. And I discovered then that the key to life is not knowing what you are, but knowing why you are. It's more important to know why you was born than to know the fact that you were born, because being born without knowledge of why you were born makes life dangerous, because you begin to experiment with your life. Therefore, you cannot contribute to God's greater purpose if you don't know your personal purpose. But your personal purpose does not separate you from God's greater purpose. Is that clear? So no matter how much you see what you were born to do, you got to find out where you're supposed to do it. To fulfill your dreams, you got to have passion. First, you got to have a purpose, then you got to have passion. Passion is a desire that is stronger than death. Passion is a drive that cannot be stopped by opposition. Passion is something that you feel that you can't sleep and you can't stop and you can't eat until you satisfy it. If you can stop what you're doing and still be happy, then you're not passionate. If you can be discouraged by someone telling you no or the bank refusing you money, then you don't have passion. See, passion goes against every problem. Passion defies every resistance. Passion says, even though you say no, I know it means wait. Passion says, even though you don't come now, you'll come later. Passion says, even though you stop me now, I'm gonna jump this wall later. Passion says, you could kill me, but I'll rise again and do it again. Passion says, you gotta stop me dead before I stop. If you want to go to college, don't stop when the first school says no. Fill out another application. If you want to go to college, don't stop because your mom ain't got no money. But you see, people stop too soon. Number three, to be successful, you must have a clear plan. There'll be no success without a plan. I mean, some of you in this room don't have a plan for the next 20 years of your life. You don't know what you want to do next week, next month, next year. God says, look, will you please make a plan? Proverbs 16 verse 1 says this. It says, in a man's heart, man makes the plans, but the Lord gives the answer to the tongue. Look at verse 9, same chapter. It says, in his heart, the man makes the plans, but the Lord directs the step of the plan. Do you know that God can't direct if you ain't planned? There's nothing for God to direct you in if you have nowhere to go. Now please note, both verses says God leaves the planning up to the heart of the man, but God gives the explanation as to how it will be done. When you put a plan on paper, it's always bigger than your bank book. Why? Because the plan you put in your heart is a documentation of a future that is not finished yet. That's why God says, you make the plans, I will explain how it's going to be paid for, who's going to work with it, where the equipment's going to come from, where the facility's going to come from. He said, leave that part to me. You just put the plans down. Number four, to be successful, you need purpose, passion, a plan, but you also need people. You will never be successful without people in your life. Now, I want to recommend to you a couple of things about people, though. Watch the people who are in your life. Your vision can be destroyed by people or can be encouraged by people. Any vision you have, God has some people prepared to work with you. People will always be there waiting for your dream. But if you have no dream, the people who are supposed to help you can't find you. There's some people who are good for you and some that are bad for you. There are people who I call toxic people. They contaminate your vision, they pollute your mind and try to destroy your faith. Stay away from toxic people. They always talk negative. What you can't do, what's never been done, what has never been done, what cannot be done here. No one has never done it for the first time. You better stop that, get back to what you were doing. Why don't you be what other people are? I mean, people will talk you out of your dream if you're not careful. The minute you decide to fulfill your dream, all your enemies wake up. As long as you ain't doing nothing, ain't nobody gonna bother you. Number five, if you're gonna be successful, you need to understand purpose, passion, plan, people, and potential. God will never give you an assignment without the ability. He will never call you to an assignment without giving you the provisions. God is a God who gives you the potential to perform your dream. So you are able to carry out what you were born to do. And if you understand that, no one can stop you. That's why no matter what you have or don't have, you are able to do what you were born to do. Everything God gave you to do, you are able to do. Everything God put in your heart, the ability is present to do it. That is why God will never give you a dream to frustrate you. He gives you dreams to deliver you and to reveal you to the world. Dreams are given to you to pull out of you what's already inside of you. That's why God gives you dreams bigger than your education. The ability comes out when you obey God and say yes to your dream. All right, number six, to be successful, you must understand the power of provision. God will never give you a vision without provision. Whatever you were born to do, the ability and the provision is available for it. Now, provisions are strange. It's usually hidden until you arrive. Whatever you were born to do attracts what you need to do it. So you got to establish what you want to do first before what you need comes. Most of us work the reverse. We like to see the provisions first, then start. That's not the way faith works. Faith works by you starting first, and the provisions come to what you start. That's why every act of God begins with an act of man. You begin acting first, and God brings the provision. God has provisions all over the world waiting for you. There are people who went to school to study accountancy just to work for you. And right now, they're on the wrong job because you ain't started your business yet. There are people who were born to fulfill your vision with you. Number 7. To be successful, you need persistence. You know, Nehemiah could have stopped from all the gossip, all the jeers, all the problems, but he was persistent. You will never be successful unless you have the spirit of persistence. Persistence means you insist on having what you're going after. Persistence means that you stand up against resistance until you wear it out. Persistence means that you irritate opposition until they leave. Persistence means you make people who are against you so tired they become your friends. Persistence means that the only way you give up is after you finish. How bad do you want it? A persistent person is an irritating person. They keep coming back. Jesus told a story in Luke chapter 18 about a persistent woman. Hello, somebody. She kept on irritating the judge, irritating the judge. The judge said, give it to her. And that's what God wants you to do. A lot of people lose because they quit when life says no. Persistent people are irritating people. They just won't go away. And number 8, oh, this is a critical one, patience. If you're going to be successful with your vision, you got to have what? Patience. You know, people who have long patience will always win. The Bible says a patient man is stronger than an army. When I read that, I couldn't believe that until I understood the power of patience. You know, a patient person can make you angry. Why? Because you want them to get mad. You want them to react to you, but they don't. They just kind of just wait. Now, nothing can make you more nervous than a waiting person. I mean, you try everything and all they do is just wait. Patience has power. It may take a while for your vision to come to pass, but if you are willing to tarry, as the writer says, it will come to pass. Not because you don't see it when you had it down in your notes means it ain't coming. The reason why you make plans is so you can have plans to change. You make plans so you can rearrange your plans. And that is why God gave you the power of planning, so you can rearrange your schedule of things. You should always put deadlines on things, but be willing to rearrange the deadline because you know it's coming anyhow. Number 9, perseverance is the key to being successful. Perseverance actually means to bear up under pressure. You know, people who are successful are like tea bags. When the going get hot, they make tea. Hello, somebody. When life squeezes you, be like a lemon. Make lemonade. I mean, don't sit there getting mad. Do something with the pressure. Persevere under it. Use it for your own benefit. Can I hear an amen? Listen, if you're going to be successful, get ready for pressure and trouble. People who have vision are stronger than the pressure life brings. That's why they use it to make tea instead of crying out. When I get hot water, I just make tea. And sometimes we don't understand the character alone is formed by pressure. And when pressure comes, it comes to get rid of what's not of God and to leave what's pure gold. Prayer. There's no success without prayer. You will never fulfill your vision without prayer. Why? Because prayer is what keeps you in touch with the one who gave you the vision. You stay in touch with God, you'll always have reserve and you always have refreshing. You know, when you finish being pressed and being criticized and having opposition, you get tired. And there are many nights and days even when I stumble into the prayer room and say, God, if you don't help me, take me home. Sometimes it gets tough in your business. It gets tough trying to start that new company. It gets difficult trying to pursue a new aspect of your vision or to do something that no one has ever done. It gets rough trying to go to school or something. And you feel, Lord, am I ever going to make it? That's a good time to run to God. And sometimes you want to quit, but I tell you, if you are willing to bear up in prayer and stand before God and say, God, I need you, God will bring refreshing. And you know, when you finish your vision and they see you walking around and they're so proud of what you did, they're taking pictures of you under buildings.